Are prices up or down? That's the big question, right? And despite many national, political, economic factors, which I'll discuss a few of those later, Denver remains strong. I'm Heather O'Leary, your Colorado homegirl. If you have questions, click on my Linktree and schedule a quick call. I'd love to talk to you. Here's your Denver market snapshot for May 2025. Prices are climbing. Even with the spring's influx of new listings, the average close price hit $738,000 in April 2025, a 4% gain from March and 2% year over year as compared to April of 2024. By the way, we peaked in April 2022 at $742,000. And we were a little nervous this spring because the prices were pretty flat from February to March. So this is good news. Inventory surged. The strength in prices in our market comes despite active listings jumping to 13,000 in May, which is up 17% from April and 21% year over year. And this gives buyers unprecedented choice and puts sellers under some pressure. However, the market is starting to absorb some of this extra supply. Pending home sales were kind of flat, down 3% month over month, yet remaining 9% above last May. Inventory sells basically depending on the property and the location. Buyers are still really chasing well-priced turnkey homes. Median days on market sits at just 13 days with average 37 days. Homes are lingering on the market and sellers are forced to reduce their price to get an offer. 37% of listings last week dropped their price by an average 6%, which, by the way, that's $42,000 on an average $700,000 home. Buyers have so many choices. Listings outnumbered sales by 167%. So if a buyer has 60 options and views 5 to 10 before actually making an offer, many homes are actually getting 0 showings, while others sell within the first weekend. Negotiation is becoming a reality. And negotiation happens both in the price drops, as sellers have to hit their bottom line to try to get an offer, and also in the way buyers make offers under list price or ask for seller concessions. Watch my live video based on the benefits of seller concessions to learn about how they can help you, or if they're even worth it in these changing times. While the data reports that homes are closing at 100% of close to list price, that masks the price reductions and concessions that are actually needed to get an offer. And of course, this highlights why you need a trusted realtor who's actually going to track these trends for you. The rental market is interesting right now. There's an influx of 20,000 new apartments in 2024, which is a 5% bump in inventory, and it's driving vacancy rates up about 7%, which is the highest level in 15 years. This surge has flipped the power to renters, with landlords having to decrease their rent to get some tenant in. And first-time home buyers are these renters. And so they're seeing that buying might be initially more expensive. And that's creating lower demand for these entry-level properties. Still, homeownership is the American dream, and millennials are poised to buy. So this might be the time to capitalize on negotiating power. And if interest rates drop, buying becomes even more appealing to these younger buyers. So the question is, are rates coming down? I'm not going to hold my breath. We've been promised that for years. But there are some signs on the national front that give me some hope. The national jobless numbers rose to 4.2% in March 2025 from 3.9%, with Metro Denver at 4.8%. This could technically slow purchase activity, but it also might cause the Fed to drop interest rates, which would really help affordability for these first-time home buyers. And of course, Trump's tariffs on steel, aluminum, and Canadian lumber have added roughly $11,000 per home construction costs, which drives up the price of new homes. And as builders struggle to sell their inventory, they will slow their build rate and keep supply lower. On another interesting note, Zillow and Redfin recently banned what we call off-market or pocket listings. They are not going to allow those listings to go into their systems. And so this actually creates a fair playing field and benefits sellers by exposing their listing to every buyer. So here's the point. As a buyer, you have all of the resources at your fingertips. You have more options, genuine negotiating leverage right now. And sellers who are priced smartly and market effectively will still capture the appreciation they've seen over the last 4 years. I would love to coach you on the strategy of both buying and or selling. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm Heather O'Leary with Exp Realty.